Welcome, welcome. Today we got a new mode. Well, yesterday we got a new mode, a roguelike mode. And it's honestly really fun. I really enjoy it. I'm not usually a fan of these games in general, but this game mode is actually very nice. One of the best game modes we ever got in Silver and Blood, in my opinion. So today this is like an introductory basic guide, what to do, how to be efficient, how to make easy money and not lose everything, and some key points to understand and remember in case you go to the second map. So I'll explain some stuff and then we'll do a run in the first map. So for soul shards, let's do this here, I think, in the loadout screen. So first you have these items that can expand your soul shard capacity. Like default you can only put 2. If you put these kind of bags here, you can use more than 2 soul shards. For your safe pocket you have again items that expand it, and anything you put here during the run, if you lose, die and lose the run, these items won't be lost. And you can expand this and not lose more stuff if you fail a run. And inventory, same, you have expansion, and it's always like buying the pristine suitcase should be one of your first priorities, even on the first map if you do those runs. Get this so you can live with more stuff. See how much more inventory it gives. It's amazing, and it's only 6k, or sorry, 5k. If you sell it for 2.5, then it costs 5k in the shop. And here, the last one, you have a casket that gives you more vessels to use. So I wouldn't recommend buying the ones that give you extra 2 or extra 7. Just buy the one that gives you extra 5, so it's one full team. And later on we will probably buy the one that gives you 10 more vessels, so we'll have 3 teams. But this is good to have, and just keep it. And even if you do first map runs, it's also good to have it. It doesn't take you any space to have it here, and you will have another team to use in case you run out of vigor. So my recommendation, if you want easy money and stuff, just don't come with anything, or come with like one of these basic ones if you have space, if you have them, like for 2 extra slots or 4, just to have more space to put soul shards here that you find during the run. And bring this. This is the only thing you really need to bring with you in every run. So as you might have seen already, units have vigor. Each unit has 3 vigor. Once you use a team of 5, for example, 3 times, their vigor will run out and you won't be able to use them. And if you run out of vigor and run into another fight, you will lose the run immediately. So it's very, very important to have this so you can recover all your vigor. And if you have 2 teams, it will recover all of your vigor. So very important, and it only costs 1k from the shop. So about the shop. Here you have the map fragments, the attempts to buy with Soli. Buy them, 5 of them each day. It's pretty cheap, 25k Soli. And here you can also buy more attempts. Unlimited attempts, basically. It's like the limit is 999, but it refreshes every day. So basically unlimited, and same for some other stuff here. I think everything. Yeah, everything is unlimited, so don't worry about the stock. And this is also good because you can do it how many times you want, over and over and over. Do the first map or do the second map, but don't go into the red tiles. I'll touch it in a second. But you can do it over and over, and as long as you made more than 100 Lumi profit, Lumi is this currency, you can buy more attempt and do it again. So it's very easy to make money. It's a bit daunting at first, but it's very easy. So the other items here are all stamina. This one revives one ally, this one revives everyone, and this one is the vigor item, the most important one that you should have at least 1 or 2 in each run. This one is also very nice to have. It's 4k, not the cheapest, but it will save you one time if you fail, if you time out, or if you fail a fight. Instead of losing the entire run, then it will give you another chance to fight. It will automatically consume itself and give you another chance. Now the suitcases, I don't recommend buying the smaller ones. Just save a little bit and go for this one, or if you find one, you can use something else like lower rarity and use it until you have 5k for this one. These ones expand your safe pocket. Not a high priority right now. You don't need to waste so much money on them. Like the pristine one is 24k. That's way too much. But when we get to the 3rd and 4th map, I imagine we would use this because it's also more inventory space in general. And if you lose, you won't lose. Like, you will leave with some stuff, at least. And these pouches are for the soul shard expansion. Also, really good to buy the big ones. Like, you can go for this one if you have enough soul shards to use. Get the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd one. It's fine. It's good value. It will buff you. But again, if you do the 1st map, you don't really need anything. So keep that in mind. But for the 2nd map, it is advised to get probably 4 or 6 extra slots. And the caskets, don't buy them except this one. That gives you 5 extra vessels. And later on, we will probably buy this one for 10 vessels, 10 extra vessels. Now this tab, you have random soul shards for plenty of units. You see some are flawed, some are ordinary, and some are fine, some are pristine. Depends on the price. Some pristine cost 4k, some cost 6k. But about this, I will share in the end like the best soul shards you can use with Dusk team, which is the team I recommend. But honestly, there's no choice. You need to read. You need to read the skill descriptions. Like, this one is not the best. Maybe just with the wind team, increases dodge rate. That's it. This one just physical defense. But some of them have downsides, so keep that in mind. For example, this one, like, this is pretty niche. I think this is probably good for if you really want to use Timeless Iona, which she is not good in this mode, because remember, all your skill levels are level 1, all your artifacts don't matter, they're not in effect, and all your echo stats, the gears, they don't matter. Everything is level 1, it's all very equal, all the units are very basic versions of themselves, which makes like the OP ones not as OP, but it also makes the less used units a bit better. Like Letitia ult actually does damage, and Queen is not crazy tanky, but she's still good. And yeah, Timeless Iona is not the best here. I wouldn't recommend her. So yeah, for example, this one, when you do basic attack, it increases their all damage, but reduces their max HP by 2% and stacks 10 times. So it can increase your damage bonus by 50%, but reduce your max HP by 20%. So each one has a buff, and some of them have a downside. And yeah, Aka 1 is good for Lunar Vigil team if you run it, and some of them, like Aline for example, they give buffs specifically to the Dusk team. So this is only when when allied vessel's Phantom Blood is fully charged, then it increases their attack by 20%, but also reduces their physical and magical defense by 20. So it's also very specific to Dusk team, and still has a downside. El Carlo is good, her card, her soul shard, because during Blood Moon you get damage bonus, and reduce max HP by 10% is not the worst downside, so that's good. So yeah, go over this. You can also refresh this for 100 Lumi, and second refresh costs 200 and probably more and more. That's for this tab, and this one is the in-game stuff. I wouldn't recommend like just buying whatever whenever you can. Just wait for it with this until at least until the new SETI banner is live on the 29th, and then if you need pulls, you can get pulls. But remember, we have 27 days to do this event, so it's not going anywhere. You will probably buy out the shop if you play it smart. So we're gonna do a run on the first map, and I'm not gonna bring anything. I'm just gonna have one extra team just in case with this casket. Max inventory, because I want to get more loot. No soul shards at all, I'm not gonna use anything, and I have this for extra vigor if I need to. So here we choose the lineup. It's full dusk and win team with queen and acapella. And we start. So in the beginning you should probably avoid the red areas. On my very first run, I went like here and straight into the red, and then went down to the orange and got out. And I didn't find more than 3 fights. But if I randomly walked into a 4th fight, I would lose everything. So it's better not to risk it in the beginning at least, especially if you don't have another team or vigor items. If you have even one vigor item, you can go through the red and just keep going. So we got a chest. Also, a friend told me, I didn't experience it yet myself, but a friend told me these chests could be Deceiver's chests. So this could be, if I walk forward, it will be a fight. So just to be safe, make sure whenever you take a chest that you have enough vigor for a fight. Ooh, nice loot, nice loot. All trinkets. Yeah, all trinkets. And we're just gonna use whatever we find. So for the fights, I highly recommend, if you have Dusk Team, use Dusk Team. It's really good. It's good for AoE, for everything, and the buffs from the soul shards are also usually good for them. And if you find a fight on the green or orange tiles, it's normal fight. But remember this, especially on the second map. If you find a fight on the red tiles, it will always have a stage effect here. You will see an effect here, and you absolutely have to read the effect, because it happened to me even twice that I was in the red tiles. I didn't read the description. I started the fight with Dusk Team, and then apparently the effect was that enemies can only take crit damage, and if you don't have Win Team, you're not going to be able to pass the stage because base crit rate is 5% and you're just going to do 0 damage. So keep that in mind. It's very important, especially for the second map. So if you want to farm easily, you can either do this route like I do on the first map. It won't cost you anything, just time, and either this or on the second map, but don't go into the red tiles. So let's do, yeah, like this is fine. These fights are pretty easy. Remember, I don't have any soul shards, I don't have any buffs, nothing. I always do live-in ult on the armored enemy if there is one, because they're more tanky. And Dal is really good at CC as well. There's a lot of channeling enemies here. And yeah, if you have Dusk Team, use them, they're really good. And instead of Lamia, you can use Lemine. And if you don't, you can use Win Team, which is Seraphina, Letitia, Seth, or Thibault or Ressa. and Acapella and Queen. There are some variations, don't worry about it. It doesn't, the dupes, your character's dupes don't matter, so it's pretty balanced overall. But having a lot of choices is always gonna be good, of course. See, we already found an expansion for our inventory, but we already have a better one. I'm gonna take everything. Found some stamina too. Now I'm gonna clear this to the end so I know there's no enemy here, and then I'm gonna go back to the red. 4 more stamina. Where is everyone? Let's use 1 stamina, or probably another one in a second. There we go. I'm gonna target this guy with Livian and then use Alexi ult on the other one with the rest of the mobs here. Yeah, Dusk team is really good. They're very tanky. They don't need to worry about heals. Really good team for this mode. Yeah, not the best loot here. Okay, now we have 1 more stamina. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go clear this, use 1 more stamina item. Probably the other one as well. Oh, they got a variation. Let's see. Enemies become active with a shield. They all take shield and they take less damage. But yeah, it doesn't matter which team you're using. I beat these stages, this variation with both Wind and Dusk. It doesn't matter. The only variation, like the stage effect, that you need to keep an eye out for is the one that makes enemies take only crit damage, which will make your Dusk team obsolete unless you have Van Helsing Shard, like Soul Shard. Because Van Helsing Soul Shard gives you flat crit rate. So if you have it like pristine, the highest quality, it will give you 80% crit chance, which is great. And then you can clear the stage with the variation of the crit, even without Wind Team. But that's your only 2 options, either Wind Team or that Soul Shard of Van Helsing. But yeah, using Dusk is pretty straightforward. You always do pretty much the same. Very good team. Yeah, the loot in this run is pretty bad. But yeah, we got another stamina item. Let's check here. Okay. Now we don't have Dusk anymore. We have Wind Team. But it's a green tile fight. So, not gonna be a hard one. Also, whenever you switch a team, make sure you set the ult order, because it's gonna be reset. For Wind Team, I always do Akka and Queen on auto. And then Seraphina ult on the furthest, tankiest enemy. Just wait for like 7 Blood Soul. And then do Akka ult as well. And then Letitia on the closest group. And then I have another Seraphina ult during Blood Moon. Yeah, pretty bad loot, but it's fine. It's for introductory. Yeah, we ran out of stamina. Let's do a small one. And that's it. We made 4k. And this is a very humble one. This is like very, very bad loot RNG. But you can do this over and over and over, and you're just gonna earn. You're just gonna make profit. So yeah, here in the lost items, you can sell whatever you want. Whatever is in here, you can sell. Here you got your the expansions, consumables, and soul shards. So yeah, I'm gonna put on the screen now what a friend of mine, Karachu, from Nocturne server, which is a community server, like the cluster of clans for Silver and Blood, if you don't know. He came up with this set of soul shards for Dusk team, like the best soul shards for them. And yeah, I hope it's useful for you. And I'm gonna make another video when the next maps release. And of course, feel free to ask in the comments anything you want. I'll try to answer everyone. This mode is really, really fun. You just need to get the hang of it and start playing it over and over. And you will lose runs. Don't worry about it. You will. I also did. But that's how we learn. So, anyways, have a good one, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.